As a private butler, I've always studied anything that's going to actually enhance my services for the people that I look after around the world. When you really think of what a butler is, you could actually see it as like Remains of the Day with Anthony Hopkins. You're a thought. So if I had actually got to know you quite well, I would know everything that of all your likes and dislikes, but there would always be something that I could actually introduce to you throughout the day and have you try something else and keep the flavors going. My career started in Adelaide itself in hospitality, but during that time, a lady named Josephine Ive from Magnum's International Butler Academy, she offered to train me as a private butler. I moved in with her for 3.5 years. She would be knocking on my door saying, "Oh, would you be able to make me a cup of tea?" I'm thinking, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. She says to me, well, this is what's going to happen when you become a butler. You're in training 24/7 because that's what we do. And so I got up, I made the cup of tea, went straight back to bed. Once I graduated, I then went to London and working for Buckingham Palace and Balmoral. It was fantastic because I got to serve with the senior royals.
So did you have much to do with the Queen herself?
And the Queen Mother, Princess Diana and Charles, basically all the senior members of the royal family.
And what were you doing for them?
I was just basically the services of serving of tea, serving of afternoon lunch, and making sure everything was perfect. At 10:30 every morning, the Queen Mother would come down and it was a G&T. And it had to be Gordon's gin. She'd go from one queen to another.
Oh, she used to talk about her queens, didn't she?
Right, yeah.
What was she like?
Fantastic. Absolute beautiful human being. Buckingham Palace is so traditional in all aspects of service. You lived and you breathed the service. We had so much to do. Polishing of dining tables, especially when you're having an event, it was more, you'd literally get on top of the table to polish it. Feet, knees, and your hands, and you just go around polishing everything. Yeah. Went on a vacation to the Dominican Republic. I had this housekeeper come out to me while I was sipping on a margarita out in the water, as you do. She goes, "Oh, well, Mrs. Simon would like to meet you." I went, "I'm sorry, but I don't know Mrs. Simon, and I'm here on vacation, so I don't know anybody." The next day, I hear a knock on my door. She goes, "My name's Bren Simon, and I would like you to come and work for me in my villa because I have 16 of my closest friends coming over, setting the table, and then once the guests started to arrive, in walks George Hamilton, ex-President Clinton, Hillary Clinton, Al Gore and his wife, and a number of other people from around the world. From there, she goes, "Bill, I'd like to take him home with me. Can I have him?"
Bill being her husband.
No, Bill as in Bill Clinton. And that's how I actually ended up in the United States. I went and worked in Indiana for the main house, one of their smaller homes of 34 homes that they had. My position there was the head of security. I was trained by the Carmel Police, stunt driving and how to handle a gun. Mr. Simon, here's a bit of a funny one. Mr. Simon was the writer and creator of Porky's, the movie. And that would actually give you an indication of what type of household it was. He was crazy. He would be driving his Rolls-Royce golf cart down on the west wing of the house. But no, they were an amazing family to actually work for. We would go to Morocco, we would go to all parts of the world on vacation. I would be going to the basketball games when there were home games in Indiana. And my position there was to take Mr. Simon to the game with his 2 little joys, which there were 2 puppies that he loved. I would actually hold them in my hands and carry them around wherever he needed them. I then went to New York and worked for a number of prominent families and celebrities there. I worked for Gaga, Madonna, Beyonce, Jack Chrysler Jr. for the Chrysler Building as their house manager, butler. From here on, most of my clients are all contract, and that my services were word of mouth, and it's more of a luxury concierge service that I provided from there on.
So when did you come back to New Zealand?
Almost 6 years ago now. I've fallen in love with the country. I am now the manager of the Rotorua International Cocktail Lounge and Eatery.
Because we've got this vision of these super rich people being
Right.
arrogant and...
Right, and they're not. They all have their own troubles and
Are they like
tribulations.
us?
Of course. Everyone, no one's different. It's just that they have the wealth behind them. The good thing about being a butler is that you can actually choose in who you want to work for. There's that fine line where you have the employee and also the head of the household. And so you don't ever cross that line in any shape or form.